So this is from Paula Dennis. Please forgive me for not being present this evening. I'm coming down with the flu bug and thought it more important to go home than to infect you all. I have served on the executive board of PAT for 4 years. In that role, I lent my voice and perspective to the conversation, one that often differed from those around the table and often brought out perspectives that weren't even considered. I truly believe when making decisions about our livelihood, about our needs, the needs of our students, it is best to get a multiple perspective and to have people at the table who can provide that. It's counterproductive to have a gen ed teacher make decisions about what should be in a special ed class, as they don't know all the ins and outs of day-to-day dealings with that population. Similarly, we have administrators making decisions about what's best for students and teachers, and they are not on the front lines. They make decisions all the time based on unrealistic views of what's happening in the classrooms every day. I want the leadership of PAT to also be held to the same standards, to have a varied perspective, as I think group think is dangerous. I want to be in the conversation when we are deciding who to support, where to support, and how much. I want to be at the table to troubleshoot the equity work in the district and provide a realistic view of what the work should look like. I want to be at the table when we are figuring out how much planning time we should fight for elementary school teachers who teach 5 to 8 subjects daily and only have 45 minutes to plan. Tonight, I'm asking that you mark your ballot for Paula Dennis as a person who will provide a realistic perspective on what's happening in the district. Thank you. Next, we have Emma Ford, who is unable to be here tonight, but she has given me her speech to read. My name is Emma Jackson Ford. I am a teacher librarian at Rosa Parks Elementary. I am running for a position on the PAT Executive Board. I apologize for not being present to deliver my speech in person. I am at a resolutions committee meeting. I am co-chair and we only meet twice a year. I have always been willing to work on behalf of teachers, our teachers union, and to help other unions in our community, like the postal workers and groups like the Urban League. I believe in the union and I believe in my community. I have served on the board for 5 years. I have been honored to act as one of the liaisons to the CNHR, Community and Human Relations Committee. I have made speeches, protested, demonstrated, and rallied for many causes for education, teachers, and community concerns. I have learned a lot about how to do this work. I would like to serve another term on the board. I am asking for your vote for one of the open positions on the PAT Executive Board. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Alice Chad, and I'm asking for your vote for Executive Board because I want to put my time and skills to good use within our union. I have the experience, time, and enthusiasm needed for this position. For over 15 years, I've been actively involved in PAT, starting as a building rep at Ben's Mead, then I was head rep at YWA until I retired. I'm still an OEA and an NAA delegate on the membership committee, and recently I became co-chair of the subcommittee. I feel that communication is a very important part of any organization. As an active sub, I'm able to be in a variety of schools. I see many of the situations that we as unions celebrate and have contractual issues about. I'm able to talk to teachers throughout the district and hear their concerns, sometimes guiding them with contractual issues, questions, and sometimes just listening. I highly value these contacts as they keep me in touch with teachers in many different grades and schools throughout our district. Since I'm retired, I have the time and flexibility to attend the meetings, work with the other board members, and the school cluster I would be assigned to. Also, I continue to take advantage of the opportunities to enhance my skills. Currently, I'm going to the OEA school on the mediation training. Working with PAT is something that I do for me. It helps me keep part of the Portland education community, a way I can contribute and continue growing as a person. If elected, I'll do my best with enthusiasm and a positive attitude. Remember, Chad can. Thank you.
Okay. Hi everybody, I'm Elizabeth Teal. I teach 9th grade English at Madison High School, and for the first 10 years of my teaching career, I taught middle school language arts and social studies. And I'm also the parent of 2 kids at Vernon School in third and first grade. I became a teacher because I believe that public education and high quality public education is essential to any democracy. And in the last decade or so, it's been really alarming to see our public education system undermined and even in danger of maybe not existing for too long because of lack of funding and corporate education reform. And that's what's gotten me really motivated to get more involved in our union. I have been working with the legislative committee for the last 3 years to advocate for better educational policy at the state level. I became an organizer in my building during our strike buildup. I'm a rep for the OEA-RA so that I can help with a lot of you guys, push our union towards taking a stronger stance on the issues that are important to us. And now I'm asking for your vote to serve you guys on the e-board. On the e-board, I'm running for e-board because I really, really believe in the power of our union. I think that with everything that's going on nationally in public education, teachers' unions need to be a strong voice advocating for what we know public education can be. I want to see our union build our strength internally by getting more members involved and feeling empowered. I want to see us join forces with other groups locally and across the country that share our values in social justice. I want us to take a strong stand against the things we know are harming public education, and I also want to see us take a strong stand advocating our vision of what public schools should be and what we know that they can be. Please vote for me for e-board. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Margaret Byrne, and I'm running for the executive board because I would like to use my experience and energy to work towards taking back our classrooms. I want the district to honor our contract and treat us as professionals. I've been teaching for 19 years in Portland and have seen both good and bad changes. I have good ideas and very sharp observations, and I feel that I'm a good person to have on your side and as a representative of our union. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dominic LaFave, and that's right. I have been a building rep. I am your OEA rep. I've been your NEA rep, and I'm currently on the executive board. I'm a graduate of the Oregon Labor Candidate School, and I'm on the legislative committee. Last time I ran for executive board, there was kind of a lot happening in the union. We were making some great strides toward becoming a social justice union. There was the social equality educators. There were many teachers working with community groups, and I was really impressed with the rally around the Jefferson cluster and opposing school closings, and a lot was happening. And then a lot of that got kind of subsumed by the strike buildup, and I was one of the organizers, and I just saw our whole union become just a fantastic, well-oiled machine that got us together and really made us strong. And part of that was our connections with the community groups and tremendous support from students and parents. And that's what makes us strong when the community sees us fighting for their interests, not just our paychecks. People tend to resent the union when they see us acting only in our interests, but when we're engaged in social justice, when we're fighting for the whole community, we're fighting for the quality of children's lives, then that's when the union becomes strong, and that's when we gain that strength from the community, from parents and students. So as we move forward, I just want to help ensure that we continue to expand the notion of the union and fight for, against the things, as Elizabeth mentioned, a great list, the fight against corporate education deform, privatization, high-stakes testing, the resegregation of our schools. And we need to fight broader than that for a higher minimum wage, for health care for all workers, for all Oregonians, and my time's over. But please do vote for me, Dominic LaFave. Thank you.
Hi, I am Rachel Haynes, and I'm currently serving as a building rep and on the legislative committee. I'm running for executive board because I'm ready to stand up and fight for students and teachers. I'm ready to fight back against policies that are not in the best interest of students and don't respect educators as professionals. I challenge the narrative that our schools are failing and teachers aren't doing their job. We need to be a fighting union that stands up for what we know is in the best interest of children. Fully funded schools, rich curriculum where the arts, science, and humanities are as valued as reading and math, real-world and hands-on learning opportunities, time and resources for designing culturally relevant lessons, and classrooms where students' diversity of experience, abilities, and learning styles are given room to cross-pollinate and grow. We need to say enough is enough when it comes to gutting programs for special education students and English language learners. We need to disrupt the school-to-prison pipeline. We need to abolish high-stakes standardized testing that tells kids they have failed to learn and tells teachers they have failed to teach. But we can't stop there. We cannot afford to think of our profession in isolation from the world outside our classrooms, because we know all too well that what happens outside affects what happens inside our schools. We need to stand up for our families and the community at large. All of our families deserve a living wage, access to affordable health care, and equal opportunities for employment and housing. We need to be at the forefront of social justice movements in our classrooms and in the streets. We must educate our students about the real challenges they will face and empower them to critically engage in the world. It is time to reclaim our schools because we have the knowledge, we have the experience, and we have the numbers. Together we can't be stopped. So please vote for me, Rachel Haynes, for executive board.